So now we have the app design. And with the design, we're creating consistency throughout the app in our functionality and our branding, defining repeating elements, using symbols, and applying decorative details throughout the design. Now we want to iterate the ideas with interactive prototypes, testing the app to see what works before investing in coding it. We can then improve the app continuously with new iterations of the design. In this way, we can create a continuous cycle of improvement. So to start creating the interactive prototypes, I'm going to change from working in design mode to prototype mode simply by clicking the tab next to design on the top left corner of the Adobe XD screen. Now I'm going to select this first artboard splash screen. And when I select it, it's highlighted in blue. And this new little arrow going to the right appears that when I hover over it, there's a dotted line coming off of my cursor. There's also this little home icon that's grayed out on the top left corner. I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now only one artboard in the document can be set to be the home screen. And this means that my interactive prototype will start with this screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and drag the arrow to the next screen. This means that when the splash screen is clicked on, it will go to the home screen. So you can see here, there's a little pop-up that indicates that the home is being targeted. I'm going to change the transition to be dissolve. I'm going to keep the easing to be ease out and the duration to be 0.4 seconds. Next, I'm going to select the button here on the home screen for the meditation to begin and connect this to the beginning of the meditation. This time I'd like the transition to be slide left. I'm going to select the next button and have it bring the user to the next screen. Also having it the transition being slide left. I'm going to do that for each next button to connect these artboards together. And this will demonstrate the process that the participant will engage in to complete their daily meditation, so that we can look at this and test it to see if any changes need to be made. Go ahead and once the user has submitted the meditation, they will go to the completed homepage with the new message about the meditation being completed. Great, now that I have all of these artboards wired together, I want to make sure that the menu is also wired in. So I'm going to select this hamburger nav here on the top left. And I'm just going to click on the arrow this time and choose the artboard menu. And this time I want it to be slide right so that the menu will slide right onto the screen, being more realistic for the navigation drawer. And I'm going to do this for each hamburger icon. And even though these are all the same symbol on each artboard, it does have to be targeted each individual time. Okay, great. I'm going to go to my menu and I want to set it so that when the user clicks the close button, that the menu closes. And instead of selecting a specific artboard, we want it to go to the previous artboard that the user was on to be more realistic. So I'm going to select previous artboard here. I also want a way so that we can restart the application in the interactive prototypes so that we can redo the loop if needed. So I'm going to select the home selection here on the navigation and have this go to our original home screen. And I'll select slide left as the transition. Great. Now that we have everything wired together, we can preview by clicking the play icon on the top right. Here we can go ahead and test out how everything is wired together, clicking on the correct buttons that we have set. We can also record ourselves so that we can share the actions with clients and coworkers. So I'm going to press this little record button here on the top right, and then click a set of actions. Go back around in the loop of the daily meditation. Open the menu, close the menu, and then re-click the record button to stop the recording. Now this gives us the option to save it as a video file. And this way we can send it, post it on our website, and more. We can also publish the prototype, and by publishing the prototype, we can share the interactive prototype for others to actually click through without even having to open Adobe XD on their own. So we have some options here. We can allow for comments, open in full screen, show hotspot hints, which is a great feature because when a user not familiar with what they should be clicking on clicks in the wrong place, there's a hotspot hint, a highlight in blue, on the areas that can be clicked on in our interactive prototype. And we can also require a password if privacy is needed. I'm going to go ahead and create a public link. And in this way, we can share the link with coworkers and clients and also participants in testing the app to take a look at it and to try the interactive prototypes. And as you can see here on the right, there's the opportunity to make a comment and for feedback to come in directly to the interactive prototypes hosted here in the Adobe Creative Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and click here online, and you can see it works the same as it did in the preview in Adobe XD. Now we can also share the details of the design by publishing the design specs. And go ahead and create the public link. You can also require a password if you'd like to keep the design specs private. And this is going to the Creative Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and open the link. And this link can be shared with anyone you'd like to see the design specs. And it shows all of the wired together prototypes. And if I click on one in specific, it shows the colors as well as any character styles used and also where it is targeting. And of course, I can go back to all screens and see the details on other screens as well. And this can be especially helpful for developers as they develop the app to see the colors and character styles that are being used. Also, it is very useful to use the Adobe XD mobile app to test the interactive prototypes with testers and with colleagues, as well as demonstrate it to clients. So downloading the Adobe XD mobile app to use it in conjunction with the desktop app is very useful. You can upload the Adobe XD file, this file itself, to your own Creative Cloud, and then access it through the app to see the actual interactive prototypes and click through them on the mobile device. You can also plug the mobile device into the desktop computer to also access these interactive prototypes. So in this way, there are a lot of options for testing the app and demonstrating the app and receiving feedback on the interactive prototypes. It's also a very important part of the process, exporting all of the assets and designs for the developers so that the app can be developed. I'm going to go back into design mode by clicking the tab here on the top left. And if I select specific artboards and then go into File, Export, Selected, I can select the entire design of these artboards as a PNG file, SVG file, PDF, or JPEG to share it with others. I can do the same things for specific assets. Can select the icon, for example, File, Export, Selected, or All. But I'm going to click Selected. I can rename this from the group name if I need to. And I could select SVG here. Of course, saving any images as embed. And this way we can use this SVG file for the development of the app as well as in other applications. We can even export an entire artboard as an SVG and then open it in Sketch or Illustrator and other applications as well to work on it in there. So in this way, the SVGs are very versatile. Not only do they create higher quality graphics that are scalable vectors for the app itself, but also they can be used in many other applications to continue work on the graphics. So overall, using the tools in Adobe XD, the interface design and visual design combine to create an engaging experience that users benefit from and enjoy.